Okay, here I have two files open. One is an Excel file containing the results of the poll that we did of dorm room residents. And notice there are, this column is just an ID number for each respondent. This column shows how they voted, whether they're in favor, whether they oppose, and there are even some don't knows in here, which is fairly typical in polling. So the other spreadsheet that I have open is the spreadsheet that I gave you for creating an error margin around a proportion. Up here is an area to enter some data. Down here are some calculations that the spreadsheet will do automatically. And then here's where the spreadsheet gives you the results that you're looking for. And down below that, if you're interested, is the statistical formula that the spreadsheet is using, as well as the source that formula came from. All right, so let's see how to actually use this. The first thing to do is to figure out how many people in our poll chose the favor option, how many chose the oppose option, and how many chose the don't know option. You could do this in a couple of ways. You could use the subtotaling function that you've already learned about. I think probably the easiest and quickest way to do it is to use a pivot table. You've also seen this before as well. But I'm going to start on just a fresh cell over here, and I'm going to choose Insert and Pivot Table. And Excel takes a guess at the range of data that I want to use. It looks like it guessed pretty well over here. So I'm going to take that default here in the table range. I need to tell Excel where I want the output to go, so I'm going to make sure existing worksheet is selected here, and I think I'm just going to choose that cell right there, C2, and click OK. And I get a dialog box here for building the pivot table. I'm going to take the vote column, that's where the data is, and put it in the row labels box as well as the values box, and I'm going to make sure the count of vote option is highlighted there. That's what I want. And I think that's all I need to do. I'm going to click, well, we've actually already got our results here. So we have 16 don't knows, 93 favors, and 61 in opposition. Alright, so now we're ready to use this spreadsheet. The first thing we need is the number of, quote, successful observations, and in this instance we'll define that as the number of people who said they favor the new policy. That would be 93, so let's enter that. And now we need the number of unsuccessful observations. Let's make that the number of people opposing. Let's just ignore the don't knows for this purpose. We don't know what they think, they don't know what they think, so let's just ignore them. That would be 61 opposed. So they go here. Okay, and the minute I enter 61, these values down here shift. We have the upper end of our error margin is 68%, the lower end is 52%. And if you scroll down, the spreadsheet interprets that for you. It tells you that we can be 95% sure that the population proportion is between 52% and 68%. In other words, we can be 95% sure that between 52% and 68% of all of the residents in these two dormitories support the policy change that's being proposed. So that's how to use this tool and how to build a confidence interval around a proportion.